Hello everybody and welcome to my pregnancy vlog. I am 30 weeks pregnant today. How scary is that? How crazy is that? To me that's insane, because that basically means that I've got 10 weeks left till my due date, and a lot of people say the last 10 weeks tend to drag, but this whole pregnancy just seems to have gone so fast. Like in the very beginning when I was really nauseous, like the worst of the nausea, I was like bleh, at the very beginning it kind of went slow and then it sped up a bit, and the second trimester kind of feels like it was non-existent. It went really quickly, and here I am, I've got 10 weeks left until my due date, and to me that's just, that blows my mind. It's crazy. I'm gonna tell you about my new swollen feet. So the past couple of days here in the northwest of England, well in my area at least, it's been very sunny and awesome, and this normally means that people flock outside, you know, buy ice cream and just be typically English. The tiny little bit of sun that we get, which wouldn't even be hot to most American people, like seriously, we just run outside and buy ice cream and walk around topless. If you're a dude, kinda wish that I could walk around topless, but I can't. And we just flock outside and it's just like, yay, sunshine! And because it's been warmer, I've not really wanted to wear my moon boots. If you don't know what my moon boots are, these are my moon boots. So they are the moon boots. Now the moon boots I've been wearing for the majority of winter because they're comfortable and they keep my feet warm. And when I first got them, they were a little bit too big for me, so I had to wear really thick long socks with them. It wasn't until very recently that I realised they fitted perfectly and I didn't have to wear socks with them, I could just wear like tights, that I started to think, have my feet grown? And then when I tried to put my dolly shoes on, like I have so many pairs of dolly shoes, like cute little patterned, you know, flats, that if you don't know what dolly shoes are, it hurt. It hurt my feet. It was not cool. And then I went to meet my friend and I thought, it's sunny outside, I'm gonna wear flats and a nice dress and I'm gonna go out and be like woohoo, because you don't really want to wear a dress with giant moon boots. Especially when it's warm, because then you just end up with really sweaty feet, and I don't think that anybody wants sweaty feet, because sweaty feet, it's not cool, it's not on. I just went into my wardrobe and I just was like, oh no, I need to find some shoes. And I normally never have this problem because I'm a Converse kind of girl, and very recently I've become addicted to the moon boots because of how comfortable the moon boots are. However, it was during this adventure into my closet that I found that none of my Converse seemed to fit me. You know, they just kind of feel uncomfortable. They do fit, but they just feel uncomfortable at the bottom of my feet, like where my toes are and like, you know, stuff like that. And then the flats, like my Converse flats, like they were a no-go. And the high tops, no-go. And the bigger Converse, they go up to my knee, no-go. Like, they'd fit me, the really long Converse, but I knew for a fact that after about half an hour I would have like blisters, or they would be rubbing, or it would just be uncomfortable, and nobody wants to feel uncomfortable. The Converse kind of created this feeling where it felt as though my toes were too long for the shoes, or that I hadn't cut my toenails, but my toenails were perfectly trimmed, everything was cool, and I had socks on, and it was just like, nope. Tried them with tights, and it was like, nope. And I was like, oh no! What am I gonna do now? And I asked a few of my friends about it, and some of my friends decided to scare me and say, oh, well, once my feet grew during pregnancy, they never went back. But then a few of my friends were just kind of like, yeah, they do tend to go back. You might just be an unlucky one if they don't go back, but it's probably just like swelling from like, you know, later on in pregnancy, more weight, this, that. Insert lots of scientific reasons as to why my feet might get wider and more swollen and blah-de-da-de-da. So I was like, right, okay, I need to get some new shoes. I need to do something about this. So as always, I was just chatting on for about a good 15 minutes and then realised in a little viewfinder that it said card full. This is the problem when I don't look at myself in the viewfinder. When I'm actually focusing on the actual camera and it's like, yes, I am not getting distracted by the turquoise head in the corner of my vision. It's like, oh, card full. Awesome. So where was I talking about my swollen feet? So long story short, I went out with my friend and I wore a long comfortable dress and I was feeling rather summery, and I wore some flats, and they were previously known as my most comfortable flats. They were just so cozy, and you know, they weren't like really rock solid around the heel, and they had some padding in them, and it was just like some of my favourite shoes. I thought, you know what, they'll never let me down, and I put them on and they were comfortable for about 10 minutes when I was walking around the house. So I thought, this is my best bet because I really don't want to wear the moon boots. And after about 2 hours of walking around, it was like, ow, my feet. And by the time I got back, I was like, and I put my feet in a foot bath, and it was just, I've never had to have a foot bath for any reason really. I've never had issues with my feet, like ever, so I've never really had to have a foot bath. But as soon as I got in, I was like, yeah, that looks good what my Yaya is doing. I'm gonna do that also. And normally I'm running foot baths for her, but I was just like, nope. Need to get the bucket out and put my feet in there with some warm water. So I went onto Google and I started Googling, like, you know, what essential oils I could use in a foot bath that was safe for pregnancy and what they kind of like recommend for like swollen feet, achy feet, this and that. It said that 4 drops of lavender should do it with warm water. So I did that and it helped a lot. But it was such a weird feeling to be sat there with my feet in water. I know that probably isn't crazy to any of you, but for me, it was weird, and I could see like where my toes were. Just underneath my toes, it was where it was swollen. It wasn't swollen at the bottom, it was swollen at the top. And it kind of looked like one foot has become slightly wider than the other foot. And I was like, what's going on? Is this my fault for wearing dodgy shoes and gallivanting out when I should have just worn the trusty moon boots? Or is this pregnancy? So I did some research and it most likely is pregnancy, and apparently the side that your baby likes to lie on the most, there is a chance that your foot will get gradually wider on that side. So her favourite side to lie on is my right side, where my appendix used to be. I think she can tell there's something missing and she wants to replace the missing organ, maybe. But either way, that's her favourite place to lie, and surprisingly enough, guess which foot is slightly wider than the other? That side, the right side. So there's that. So I ventured out with Niall a few days ago and was like, I need to go to Primark and I need to get some comfortable flats. Shoes that doesn't feel like my toes are like stuck to the bottom and have no room to breathe, or like the sides are like crushing my feeties and things. So I ventured into Primark. I thought I can pick up a few pairs of cheap shoes there, and preferably maybe a size bigger, and see if that helps. Or, you know, I didn't want to fork out for some shoes that might not fit me after the pregnancy. I wanted something that was comfortable, and I wanted to, you know, get maybe 2 to 3 pairs as opposed to just forking out a load of money for 1 pair. So I got these really cute dolly shoes, and I got these from the wide feet section because I wanted to prepare for future swelling, because I just know that they're probably going to swell even more in the next like 10 weeks to come. So yeah, I got these ones, which are a bit of a lifesaver at the moment, and they've also been worn, so that's why these ones are dirty. But these ones are the best that I picked up. They're so good and they're just like so comfortable. Oh, they're comfortable. And last but not least on the shoe front, I picked up these. I've not worn them yet, that's why I'm putting them against my face. So I'm not a fan of flip-flops. I never buy flip-flops. Ever. I don't like flip-flops. I don't like walking around in flip-flops. You know, I just don't like having my toes on show because I have very long toes. My toes look like fingers. It's like in the womb I was going to grow an extra set of hands and then decided to grow toes instead. My boyfriend's always telling me that I have the most ugly feet in the whole entire world and blah-de-da-da, so I don't like having them on show. And I never really liked having them on show in the first place, and I only really wear them when I'm in America, because when I'm in America, you know, you don't necessarily want to wear dolly shoes or Converse all the time if it's really hot, if you're in Texas and it's like the hottest day of the year. If it's the hottest day of the year in Austin, Texas, then you might just want to wear flip-flops instead. You know, if you're going to the pool, you might want to wear flip-flops. You know, if you're going out to the mall or you're going out anywhere for a long walk, you might just want to wear flip-flops, because most of the time you don't want to wear tights or like, you know, moon boots. So I got the flip-flops in a size 5 to 6 because it seems that they combine sizes with flip-flops, and normally I'm a size 5, and I got the other 2 pair of shoes in a size 6. Now the cream ones, they fit perfectly, like perfectly, when I'm wearing tights and a pair of black socks. So they don't really fit perfectly, but they do when I'm wearing tights and socks, and they feel comfortable, and that's the closest I'm going to get to comfort right now. So I've been wearing those. The pink ones are a little bit on the big side, even with socks, you know, in the wide section, because they're for wider feet. So I figured that when they get more swollen, I can jump over and use the pink ones. And the flip-flops are basically if it gets too much and it's warm enough outside for me to wear flip-flops, I'll wear flip-flops. But the flip-flops were £1, so I'm not really missing out there, am I? Like £1 flip-flops. So yeah, 2 pairs of size 6 shoes and a pair of flip-flops when normally I'm a size 5. And I just want to wear my Converse. So yeah, what else have I got to talk about that's not shoes? and swollen feet. Aquanatal. In some of my pregnancy videos I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start aquanatal, and then in another one I was like, yeah, I can't start it yet because I haven't got the all clear from the doctor, and then the next video I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy a swimming costume and then I'm gonna do aquanatal and blah blah blah. Well, here I am at 30 weeks and I've still not done aquanatal. I still haven't done aquanatal, and it's really weird now because I've developed this weird anxiety. The fact that my bump has got so big now, I've always had this really weird thing about poolsides. You know how it's quite slippy on the poolside normally if you go to a public pool? Like, I'm sure if you have your own pool in your back garden it's not really a problem, and this is more so because I would be going to a public pool, not like, you know, a private pool. And I'm not saying public pools are bad or blah-de-da-de-da, but you'll understand with what I'm going to say next. Normally, if I'm to go swimming, you know, in England, then it's a case of you go to a pool which is indoors and there's loads of people in there, blah blah blah. Sometimes it might be crowded, or you might have people that walk past you really quickly, or children that run on the poolside when they shouldn't really be running. Overall, you get a bit scared, you might slip up because it's extra slippy on the sides, even though it shouldn't be slippy. The floor should definitely be less slippy, but it ends up slippy anyway, and you're always a little bit paranoid you fall over something. The bigger my bump has got, the clumsier I have gotten. The clumsier I have gotten. Now, this kind of makes me feel a little bit anxious and uncomfortable when it comes to going to the pool, because if I go to the pool and, like, you know, I'm walking around the slippy showers, or I'm walking in to get into the pool and stuff, I'm going to be really paranoid about my bump, and there being like people running around and maybe someone might knock me or something, or like, you know, if I have an injury, or I've just become a bit paranoid basically, because I think it was about a week and a half ago, which I won't go into too much detail with, I ended up in hospital and having to have these strap things strapped to my chest to double check that I wasn't having contractions, because I fell over in my room after having a panic attack, basically caused by something completely different, which I don't really want to talk about in this video. I just don't want to talk about it, so I'd rather, you know, I just left it at that. Sometimes I want to be open with you guys about things, and with some things I don't really want to go back in a frame of mind if I'm feeling quite positive, which I'm feeling today. I'm feeling quite good, so I don't really want to think back to that. But long story short, I had a panic attack and ended up falling and cutting my leg open, and I grabbed the radiator in front of me. I didn't hit the bump, so I wasn't really too bothered about that, but the panic attack and the stress, I ended up having this really hard stomach, well, a hard tummy, not stomach. So I was worried about the bump, and I couldn't feel her move for a few hours, and I started to get really anxious that something had happened, which led me to panic further. So I ended up going to the hospital, and they recommended that was a good idea, you know, because I hadn't felt a move for a few hours, and they hooked me up to a machine, and we found her, and she started kicking straight away as soon as the little belt was on her. She was moving around. She would wait till we got to the hospital to move around, but she did. She was moving around, and her heartbeat was fine and everything else, so that was good. It kind of just made me feel a lot more reassured. But being that clumsy when I was having a panic attack in my own room, which is made of carpet, like, you know, it kind of made me think, what happens if, like, I have a panic attack or someone brushes past me, or this or that or this, and I'm on a slippy surface and then I fall on my bump? And I know that the likelihood of it happening it's just low, but to me, I'm really worried about it, and I feel like the whole thing is getting me anxious just thinking about it, so I don't know if I'm going to do aquanatal. If I get this urge to, like, you know, in a couple of weeks time or a couple of days time, for example, I might just like put on my old bikini and then put on a t-shirt and go swimming in that, instead of just like buying a new swimming costume like I was going to and making it a regular thing. Because as much as I really want to do it, I'm very paranoid about, you know, the side of the pool and things like that. If I had my own pool in my back garden, then, you know, I'd have control over, you know, people around me. I'd have that kind of feeling of comfortableness that, you know, no one's going to bump into me in the pool, or no one's going to bump into me if I'm on the side of the pool. But going to a public pool, there's a risk, and it's like not their fault, it's a public pool, everyone can go to a pool, that's the whole point of it being public, whatever, blah blah blah. So it's not me being snobby or anything like that, it's just pure paranoia on my part. You know, I feel uncomfortable with it, so I'd rather just not place myself in an uncomfortable situation. I can see that I've been putting it off too, so I think that I'm just going to leave it for now. But if I do change my mind and I do end up going, I'll let you guys know and I'll update you how it goes. But it's looking like I'm not going to do aquanatal now, to be honest, just for those reasons. So yeah. What else is new? My back pain. Oh wait, that isn't new, it's just getting worse. Turning over in bed, it just feels, you know, worse. And I know it's because I'm getting farther along and she's getting bigger. But for me, it's just like ouch, 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 ouch. And sometimes like I get up and I sit up if I've been like lying down a bit, or if I've been even sat on my bed. Even just like putting my whole body straight hurts my spine so much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to book a pregnancy massage. And I've never had a pregnancy massage. And I'm not the type of person that goes out and, you know, books massages, you know, invests in massages massages or whatever like that. I haven't really bought that much stuff for myself recently, so I thought, you know, I'm gonna treat myself to a pregnancy massage. I was gonna treat myself to a pregnancy massage in the 2nd trimester and then in the 3rd trimester, but now I'm all the way in the 3rd trimester. Now I'm like, right, my back is killing, it needs a little bit of TLC, so I'm gonna treat myself. In about a week or so, I'm gonna book a pregnancy massage and hopefully that'll help. Oh, do you know what, the idea of someone massaging me, oh my god, so weird. I've never been this excited over like a stranger giving me a massage before, but they use like pregnancy safe oils and they'll know what to do, and they have like a chair at the place that I'm gonna go, and like she puts you on a chair and you put your bump through like a hole while they massage your back and like your shoulders, and I'm excited for that. And I kind of want to just put my bump through like a massage hole because I'm really excited about that. I don't know why that excites me so much, and I'll probably just be really relaxed in the pregnancy vlog after the massage and be like, yeah, it was good times. On to exciting things. I've chosen the pram that I actually want. I've finally chosen the pram. She's made a decision. She has chosen the pram. I've finally chosen the pram, and I won't tell you which pram I've chosen, but I'll show you guys when it arrives because I'm going to buy it in a couple of weeks time. I'm hoping it'll get here for mid-May, so then if she does end up coming early at like the end of May for whatever reason, at least I have the pram sorted and things like that. And when you guys see it, you're going to be like, yeah, I can see why you chose that pram. I was looking for punky prams at first, couldn't find any punky prams. And then I thought, okay, I want something practical, but I want something that's fun. I don't want something that's really boring or bulky, so I've chose something that's lightweight and colourful. And I saw it and I thought, if I was a pram, I would be this pram. I want this pram. I will walk around with my baby in that pram and I will have the best time ever. So I've finally chosen the pram, and when I've got it, I'll show you guys in a video. So in other news, I'm buying big baby things. A lot of people have been asking me about like cots and Moses baskets and what I'm using and this and that and this. So I'll just answer that in this video. Originally I was going to buy a new Moses basket, and it was going to be a case of have the Moses basket upstairs and then like have like a carry cot of some sort downstairs so that she knows that Moses basket means bed for the night and the carry cot means nap time or whatever's down there basically. What ended up happening was I went into a panic and thought that I wouldn't be able to use this Moses basket that I've had for years basically. And it's a Moses basket that's been passed down in my family. Like, I was the first baby to sleep in it, and then Nathaniel slept in it, which is my younger brother, and then Damien, who's my even younger brother, slept in it, and little baby Grace, even though she's not a baby, she's 4 now. Everyone has slept in this Moses basket. My dad had it at his house and he was gonna like get rid of it and blah de da da, and then a lot earlier on in my pregnancy he basically kind of ended up coming round and dropping it off very angrily by throwing it, and a piece of straw coming off it and this and that and this. And it got put in the loft, and I thought, I don't feel safe about putting my baby in that Moses basket. Like, you know, I really don't feel safe about it. But before forking out for a new Moses basket, which they only stay in for about 3 months, some babies even less time, you know, it's only about 3 months they stay in it or something like that. So instead of forking out for a new Moses basket, I kind of thought to myself, I'm going to get the Moses basket out of the loft, I'm going to have a look at it, and I'm going to see if it's fixable, because this Moses basket has been in the family, it's sentimental, really wanted to use it, and it's very strong and it's quite large. It's not like a small dinky winky Moses basket, but it's huge. Like, it's a decent sized Moses basket, it's strong, it has a stand and sentimental value. So, you know, if I can use that and also save a little bit of money, then why wouldn't I? You know, I have to kind of think like a parent now that I am going to be a parent / already am a parent. I thought to myself, there's no point forking out for something that she's only going to sleep in for like 3 months, you know what I mean, if that makes sense. And I've never really been the type of person to feel like everything must be new. You know, I'm quite into like having secondhand things and doing them up myself and put my own little pizzazz on them, because not only does it make the whole experience more fun, but it's just, I don't know, I don't want to buy everything brand new, if that makes sense, because what's the point? If they're only going to be in it for a little while, what's the point? I know it's my first baby and a lot of people go mad. So I got it out of the loft. Well, I didn't get it out of the loft. Now I got it out of the loft because I can't go in the loft, and I can't normally go in the loft anyway because I'm scared of lofts and ladders. Don't tell anybody I told you that, even though this is on the internet. So now I got that out of the loft, and you could see where it was frayed and where it had been thrown and stuff, but he had a really good look at it, and he basically got some scissors or some big pliers or whatever, and he basically chopped into the sections where it was damaged and fixed it, and he could tell that it was strong. So basically that's fine now, the stand's fine, and I actually recorded him doing that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a video of that and then like add the improvements. It's going to be like from an old Moses basket to a new Moses basket. It just needs to be cleaned, and I've ordered Moses basket sheets for it, like, you know, new ones obviously, and the new mattress came as well. but I've ordered this really cute cover for it, which is like pink and nice and sweet and cute, and I figured that I wasn't buying a new Moses basket, so why not buy some really cute like covers and like, you know, a little Moses basket thing for the hood and everything. It's just cute, and you guys will see when I stick up that video. And then also my friend, she was in Wigan and she ended up coming across a cot. It's like a crib more so than a cot, and obviously it's something that you could go into maybe after the Moses basket, or even like, you know, from birth. That's also second hand, and I think it was about 20 quid. Niall said it's sturdy, and the only thing that needs fixing is it needs tightening in an area, so he's going to tighten it in an area, give it a good clean. I'm going to put a coat of paint on it, like white paint, because it's like a bit of a tinted whitey yellow colour at the moment, which isn't nice. I think it's been in like a smoker's house, but like it doesn't have a weird smell to it. You can tell that a dog has been sat in it, but once it's cleaned and once there's a new coat of paint and once he's like, you know, screwed in a few like bolts and things like that, it'll be perfectly fine. And it's almost identical to the one that I was originally going to get, which was £150. So for £20 I think that's quite a bargain. So we're going to do that, and then I'm going to decide whether or not I want to paint it a pastel pink or if I want to just, you know, keep it white. So there's that. So I didn't end up buying any new beds like at all. Obviously new mattresses, new sheets, new everything else, new paint, cleaning this, blah 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 blah. So they're going to look brand new, they're just not going to be brand new. And I think that's a very important thing to actually note as well, because there's so many things that I need to buy, like the pram and blah de da de da. What's the point in forking out a load of money for things she might only be in for a few months? I've also been getting really out of breath easily. Like, you won't even notice in this vlog probably how out of breath I am, because I'll probably cut the whole out of the actual vlog, because none of you guys want to see that. But I'll be walking with Niall, we'll be walking the dog, like when it was really sunny the other day, and I was just kind of like, oh my god, slow down. What is this? I feel like a planet. Oh my god, I want some food. Salad with red onions and tomatoes and I'm gonna get some food. So yeah, I think I've been chatting on for long enough in this pregnancy vlog. I think that was, you know, chock full of information, you know, to update you on the past couple of weeks. I've got a scan on Monday, and that's my update for the 4D scan that I was supposed to go for a few days ago. I couldn't go because something cropped up, so I've got that. So that's all I've really got to say, I think. I'll show you guys a bump shot and then I'll be off. Here we are. This is the bump. So many patterns around me. Oh, this is the bump. This is the bump from the front. I'm also really happy that I've not got really chunky throughout this pregnancy. Woohoo! Yay for being the majority of baby. And backside. Thanks for kicking me in the stomach there, baby. Thanks. Ooh.